Stop listening to things you say, 'cause you don't mean it anyway. Yeah, feel away.
So I figured that this would be the perfect time to re-record my what they don't tell you about being a flight attendant. Once again, this video was supposed to go live like a week ago, but I had some sound problems, which happened again on this previous video, and I'm gonna refilm it. Also, the comment section was like popping with the last video that didn't have sound. You guys, I'm well aware, like I was at the concert when it went live, so I didn't know right away, but my notifications were like boom 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 once I got out, because I kept my phone on airplane mode the whole time. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, so let's just get into it. What don't they tell you about becoming a flight attendant? I feel like this is a video that is really important because a lot of people look at this job and they see it so glamorous and they see you get to travel and they assume that it's something that it isn't. So I just thought that I would do like this series on my channel explaining difficult things that we as flight attendants have to deal with, encounter, go through, all of that, to kind of bring some like truth and like a more realistic approach to the job. So without further ado, okay, every single day we have to deal with needy, mean, aggressive, people that don't understand, all these different types of personalities and passengers. And what people don't understand is that that person might be flying for the first time. That might be a UM who's never been on a plane before. That might be an elderly passenger who's not feeling well. Like, we are so used to flying every single day because that's what we do. That's our job. So sometimes you forget that that person that walked into your office has never done this before. I've seen passengers go through and open every single bin on the way down, and in my head I'm thinking, sir, ma'am, those bins are closed because they're full. You can't stick your rollerboard in there. Like, why are you opening all the bins? Now I'm gonna have to walk back through and close them all. But what they don't know is that's how we went through and closed the bins before they got on there. They don't understand, oh, okay, this one's closed because it's full, because a lot of people don't really listen to the announcements, and they're just thinking, oh, on my last flight I opened it up and nothing was in there, so I'm just gonna stick this, you know, I'm gonna stick it up. They don't know. So even though we're looking at each other like, what are you doing? You have to understand and remember that that is your office. You see it all on the planes, so a lot of things you can just predict. I just turned the lights off to let everyone know, okay, you know, we want the cabin to be nice and calm, and then 15 people are all hitting the call lights, not because they reached for the wrong button, not knowing that there's a light button versus a call light. So all these little things, as flight attendants, we just think to ourselves, what are you doing? But it's like, people don't know. They don't know the rules. We're used to the flow of things. They're not. So just keep that in mind. Jet lag is real. Like, jet lag is real, and regardless of, I've looked up articles, I've asked other flight attendants, everything. I know people will probably still leave tips down below. I've tried it all. The caffeine, the sleeping a certain amount of time, drinking so much water, eating this, dieting differently, all of that. Jet lag is real, and it still affects everyone differently. So while I still struggle with it, there are people that fly that don't. I don't have any tips for it. It probably won't be a video that I put up just because I feel like I fly so many days and then I sleep my life away on my off day, so it balances it out. But yeah, I'm not a morning person, so I hate early morning sign-ins. I do find them easier. If I'm already on the layover, it's fine because I know I just have to get down to the van in like an hour. But if I'm on, you know, if I'm having to leave my crash pad and go to the airport and sign in, like do the whole like initial part of the trip, I'm just like, can I do this at 7 in the morning? No, we're gonna have to try this again at 1 p.m. when I'm awake. I just am this zombie, like crazy, like stumbling around asking where's the French vanilla creamer before 11 a.m. I'm not a morning person. I don't have any plans on being a morning person. Nothing anyone can say is gonna change that, so it is what it is. And some days I wake up in the morning and it's fine, and I've woken up early and it's all good, but more days than not, this job can be hard on your body, and I say that like you guys know, or you can see from the videos previously to now. I lost like over 40 pounds, and it was no me trying to lose weight or no me getting on this diet or anything. So as far as the video on like what I did to lose weight, that won't ever be a thing that I do, because during this whole last year that I've had this weight change, it was never my goal. Like, I never was unhappy with my size before. Was not, you know, it wasn't like a thing that I was pursuing. What happened was that I was sitting behind a desk all day, and so I went from that to being up and ripping and running and trying to find where G22 is in Minnie's terminal and doing all these things. And I was so active. I was eating differently, healthier. I started working out on some of my layovers. I started doing yoga. I drank a gallon of water a day. Like, it was a huge lifestyle change. So that's why I've lost so much weight, and I love my size now. I didn't have a problem with my size before, but I am like, ooh, my face looks so slim. But yeah, this job is a workout. And my second month, I didn't like sprain my wrist or anything, but my wrist would hurt, and it's just from like the repetitive motion of pulling out the carts and putting it in the soda drawer and reaching up to put my bag in the overhead bin. There's all these constant motions that you do as a flight attendant, so it is important to try to, you know, not strain yourselves on certain things, and make sure you're doing things to take care of your health and eat vitamins and all that all those different types of things to make sure that it doesn't wear you out. But I mean, essentially, there I go saying essentially. I say that word so much in these videos. But you know, when you start doing it, especially setting up carts and restocking carts, you kind of will get your method of what to do on planes to make that process easier. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about for this episode is seniority. You guys, seniority is everything. Everything. I cannot stress that enough. For any airline industry, regardless of where you work. If you work on the ramp, if you work in ACS, if you're a gate agent, if you're a flight attendant, seniority, it's all about seniority. Everything gets better with time. The longer you've been there, the more you get what you want. It's just that simple. I don't know of any airline where day one you can just make your schedule exactly how you want it, get whatever you want, do whatever you want. It doesn't work like that. And to me, it makes perfect sense for things to be seniority based. If I've been there 5 days, I am not entitled to things. If I've been there 5 years, if I've been there 50 years, I want to get everything. I want the world. So it just makes sense to me that it's seniority based. And a lot of people will ask questions about, you know, starting school or having a family or having a second job. You should probably get some seniority, and you will see once you get into these airlines, especially if you're on reserve, how your schedule works and how you're just not able to do some things that you thought maybe you could do. And I think people assume just because, you know, you might only be working 15 days out of the entire month, that they can just, oh, I can just do whatever because I'm off so much. But it doesn't work like that, and you will see when you get through training how seniority works. But seniority is everything. As a junior mama, which is what I call myself at my seniority, because I've only been flying for a little over a year, I have figured out ways to work the system to tweak and like work for me. But understand, what works for me doesn't work for everybody else. I'm single, no kids, you know. I'm kind of a what do you call it? A wanderlust is for real. Like, I just wander around and make it work, and I can do things a lot differently and have a lot more freedom when it comes to things. But with the airline industry, just know it gets better. When you first start, you're just like, this isn't what I expected. I don't understand. And especially my first 3 months were just like, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into? Like, I want this so bad, and I wanted it throughout the whole process, but I was just a mess. Like, I was just doing some things and like figuring out things about myself and life and traveling and how to use the bus and just all these things. I was like, whoa. It's taught me a lot about myself. Flying has definitely impacted me for the best, but it's not for everybody, so do keep that in mind. You guys, Vlogmas is starting to come to an end. We're getting towards the last few days of August, so I will not be daily vlogging anymore, just as a heads up. But in September, I think I'm gonna start posting once a week, still on my main channel, and then once a week on my vlog channel, my second channel. So leave any video suggestions down below, especially now that I lost my list. I'm like, oh, I have to start all over. So feel free to leave anything down below. All my social media will be linked in the description box, as well as like popular, demanded, or frequently asked for videos. So make sure you guys go check those out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.